What? Oh, thank you too.
Oh, thank you, Fruits.
Hey, Steve. Did I see you reading a couple of days ago?
Readings for losers.
Of course it is.
Hey, Dav.
Yeah.
You know a word I don't hear bandied about much anymore?
Success?
Turgid.
Turgid?
Yeah, you don't hear the word turgid used in the modern day vernacular much anymore. I wonder why that is.
Now, why don't you try to use the word turgid in a sentence, Steve?
You don't think I can, do you? Steve told his co-anchor Dave that the word turgid is hardly used anymore.
That's cheating, Steve.
Oh, how very turgid of you to say that, Dave.
That's not the correct usage.
Are you turgid about that, Dave?
Now you're on thin ice there, Steve.
Uh-oh, someone better call the turgid police.
Steve, I'm begging you. That's
Four.
Four?
Yeah, 4 sentences just now that I used the word turgid in. 5 if you count what I just now said. I'll take sentences that have the word turgid in them for 500, Alex.
Oh,
Boom!
Please stop. Hello and welcome to This Week in Review with the Chamber of Comedy. I'm Dave Hanwright.
And I'm Steve Burnett, and this week's update brought to you by Maine Rep and Crazy Arlene's Llama Jerky. Remember what Crazy Arlene says, cut the drama, dearie, and don't be a jerk. Enjoy some llama jerky for breakfast or for work. Dave?
It's official, Steve. For years we've all seen and heard commercials for various oral hygiene products where 4 out of 5 dentists agree. Well, word has reached the Chamber of Comedy news desk just this morning that one lone holdout dentist, also known as Dr. Palatine Mandible, was in fact never a dentist at all.
That's right, Dave. Palatine Mandible, whose real name is Shag Remnant, just looks really good in a white dentist smock, and because of that, no one ever questioned his credentials. Mr. Remnant is actually an unemployed used portable typewriter salesman. We wish him nothing but the very best of luck.
No word on whether a 5th dentist will be added to the roster, or if all the commercial copy will simply be changed to 4 out of 4 dentists agree.
You know, for this journalist, this news serves as one of those rare stories where you will always remember where you were the moment you first reported it. Isn't that right, Dave?
Not at all.
Me neither. In other news, who says waterbeds are out of fashion?
Well, everyone does, Steve.
Well, Bonnie Bulb, a single mother of 7 from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, has put a new spin on her 80s era mattress of moisture. She's frozen it. Her children enjoy ice skating so much, but Bonnie needs her daytime sleep because she's up all night binge watching The Monkey Queen on Petflix.
So now this homeschooled 7 spend their days skating on an ice-filled mattress with their razor-sharp blades. They're comforted with the misguided security that their bundled-up mommy is just a pillow toss away, keeping one sleepy eye on them.
No word on what happens when Mom's special friend Leroy visits for the night. Dave?
I think this story spells out something that's very important to our viewers, Steve.
Whatever it takes for the kids, right?
Know that not all of our stories are gems.
Amen to that. We wish them nothing but the very best.
Look. This just handed to me. Thank you, Steve.
Dave? In other news, tonight's winning lottery number is 7. We wish them nothing but the very best of luck. Dave?
Steve? Looking for a new and exciting alternative to getting loaded while painting a picture of a lamp with a group of strangers?
I can't imagine it getting any more exciting than that. Oh, sorry for the yelling. It was on caps lock.
The newest craze sweeping the country is called Newton's Apples and Archery Kager.
Oh.
You bring a group of 5 to 10 of your best friends for this private event, where a 10-gallon keg of your favorite beer is tapped, and an apple is then strapped onto the top of every guest's head.
Oh
And then everyone gets a blindfold. Voila. It's time to let the arrows fly.
That is more exciting, Dave.
Look for one to open soon near your local hospital. And now, with a personal note, here's Steve.
It's the best kept secret in town. I've been told there's an election coming up. And evidently it's for the President of the United States. Who knew? Now, whether you self-identify as a Democrat, claim republicanism, or reek of independency, green, fraternity, or even a bachelor party, please, let's try to keep things civil. Don't insist your side has all the answers, because if there's one thing Dave and I have learned from working together, it's that Dave never has any cash with him. Just because a person disagrees with your point of view, it shouldn't pigeonhole them as an enemy. It simply means they have a different way of looking at things, and some issues may carry more weight to them than they do to you, and vice versa. And that's a great thing. And no one, but no one, wants to be a pigeon's hole. How dull would it be to surround yourself with only those who agree with you? How do we learn? And where's the growth in that? And yours truly knows a little something about growths. If you claim to be open-minded, shouldn't that mean you welcome other opinions other than your own, no matter how idiotic they may be? And don't assume that everyone in your inner circle is necessarily one of the herd, going along so as to fit in. I've never fit in. Just ask my parents. Well, you'll have to trust me on that. And remember, when you assume, you make an ass out of me. Through all this political anger and hatred, I often find myself asking, what would Patrick Dempsey think? My people are still trying to reach Dr. Dreamboat, so I don't have an answer for that question just yet. My point? Exactly. No matter what happens in December, please remember, love wins. And one side doesn't have property rights on love. Let's be better people, not bitter people. Dave?
You know, Steve, that was probably one of the most poignant, coherent, thoughtful personal notes that you've ever given.
And remember, vote early and vote often.
Well, often. I want you to know, Steve, that I'm seeing some real progress in you and some real maturity. Hey.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah!
Wow. Oh, well, that's This Week in Review with the Chamber of Comedy. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Hanright.
And I'm Steve Burnett. Remember, when news breaks out, so do we. Thank you.
And good night. Wow. Hey, that went well.
Yeah, you know, you are really good at this. I don't know if I tell you that enough.
Well, thanks, Steve. I appreciate that.
Well,
What?
I just paid you a compliment. I mean, I respect and admire your skill set and with all these updates. You're not only very good at presenting the news, I know how much work it is to do the post-production and all the mixing that you have to do. It's very time-consuming, despite my stellar writing.
Stellar writing. Huh. Well, thank you for noticing, all of that. And just want you to know it really means something coming from you, especially because you don't usually think about anyone else.
Exactly. Thank you.
Why are you thanking me?
Well, it was sort of a backhanded compliment you just gave me.
No, it wasn't.
I think I know a compliment when I almost hear one, Dave. Stellar writing? Yeah. You'll notice it later on when you do the mixing.